North Saywer Overhaul. Together with this video, the debug version of the project will be released. It's almost 3 years ago that I started the project. There was so much potential in Stormworks and I wanted to see that implemented. Development is hard work. Modding is even more difficult. A modding community needs tools and research, and every project requires passion and a lot of time. I wanted to take this opportunity to highlight other modders on the scene too, and celebrate our community. Nika, or Mr. B, has made several modifications. I want to show Blackstone Airstrip for its attention to detail and rural vibes. Gluten has made a lot of awesome time modifications, which I cannot wait to play. Thales has previously made essential additions to the building blocks we get to work with nowadays. And Echolus has been compiling modding essentials into the mod pack. If you're interested in NSO, I would also recommend checking out their mods, and to reach out and encourage us all on the Stormworks modding forum. We are releasing the Alpha 2 version of North Saywer Overhaul. This version focuses on the rails over the entire island and roads down southeast. Players' tooling and expert measurements have been crucial for this infrastructure, and there's a lot of cool features we can't wait to show off. You'll notice that the previous locations of the mod are broken. That's because we'll soon be revisiting it again.
I do believe so.
I
I
think
don't
so.
see anyone on the platform yet.
I'm here.
They're not next to the train or on the rail, so they must be in the train.
All right.
Yeah, I was thinking as well.
All right.
I think I'm live on. We're probably live.
We're probably live as
We're
well.
probably. Hi YouTube. We're playing NSO. Cause what you said 2.5 years ago or 2 years ago?
2 years ago. Well, 3 years ago, I started NSO.
I feel like we should have the Jurassic Park theme.
Exactly.
Oh, come on! Don't get us copyrighted.
Sorry.
Yeah. 3 years ago, I started at NSO, and back then we didn't really have too much tooling. And over the last 2 years after I released the first NSO, that has changed massively thanks to Player and Leopard doing a lot of work.
Shout out to Player and Leopard.
Exactly. Yeah, and so we decided roughly, I think it was somewhere at the end of April, Player sent me a message saying like, hey, I kind of want to release NSO, at least, for debug, for feedback, for everything else. Which is a great idea. In the development world, you kind of want to have as much interaction with your work as possible, because that way you filter out all the problems, right? I had a couple of moments in the entry to today where there was like, oh yeah, trees are in front of the railways, and then we fixed that. We want to make sure that we actually do that with this version as well, and coming versions. Plus, as soon as we get feedback and everything, we get motivation and we get focus on what we need to work on. And so that was released 2.5 hours ago. Sadly, that wasn't in May, because we set a deadline for us in May, but then we realized that this week was going to be terribly busy. And I think it's for the best. It might even be nicer to have another week, but we already have made the plans for the Q&A and everything.
There's another train.
Yes.
On the way, you build a vector.
NSO branded train.
NSO branded train.
You gotta love it.
Where are we
In
headed
Leopard,
towards?
you were kind of supposed to turn a cow.
We are currently headed into Fort Lewin. That's the Bay of O'Neill, where we're going to step.
Why is
Yes,
the weather so
Catenary.
terrible? Oh dear.
So
There we go.
in Stormworks, all the locations are named after content creators or like workshop creators. Is that the same for NSO?
Yeah, we're trying as much as possible to have references to, for example, Lewin. Lewinator was the person who initially made all of the exporter and converter tools so that people could make their models and put that into the game. And Lewinator is also the person who made Stormloader. So I felt like when we were creating Fort Lewin initially last year, we wanted to do service to that massively. There we go. Everyone can leave on the right side of the train.
All right, Zoe,
left.
could you explain to new people, to that are new to Stormworks, the difference between a a land mod versus an add-on?
Well, so in my experience, a land mod like NSO changes the core of how the game is loaded. Whereas if you have an add-on, it gets added to it, which means that you require vehicles. And while we see the catenary right here, all of the wires above our heads, all of the markings on the roads, those are also vehicles. Having a lot of vehicles and being bound to the rules that the vehicles have for add-ons is, of course, a bit awkward. And with a land or tile mod like NSO, we actually have control over exactly what we place, what becomes a vehicle, so that it has it unloads if you go at the range. Like the catenary won't render in if you're at the other side of the island, right? No need for that. But we also have control over the railway, and we can interact with workbenches, and we can place lights, and we can place trees. That's all the powers of a tile mod.
And so far, have you ran into any issues with 3D frame rate?
Well, actually, we can do something, I believe. I'm going to check this with Leopard. We have the cat FPS comment, right?
Yes, we can turn things on or off. I tried to turn off the catenary before because it was supposed to be off, but the script was very unhappy when I did that, so I am kind of reluctant to do anything that might upset the
What was the
Stormworks
FPS comment?
Oh, that is $SIG space FPS.
SIG signal space and then FPS. I don't know if they did it for everyone.
I'm not seeing anything.
All right, if you could.
It's for each person. And,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm going to write this in chat so people could copy this.
Okay.
There we go, without the dot, of course, just the question mark first.
Okay.
FPS now displaying. All right, there's some in the upper corner. Well, I got to move
exactly.
the OBS element.
And then the second number is your FPS, which for me, I don't know how that is for everyone. While live streaming, that is at 60 FPS.
Yeah, I'm getting about 60.
Yeah.
Although Steam is reporting about 48.
Yeah.
I don't know
Steam
how reliable this is. I put it
amount.
together pretty quick.
Yeah, Steam probably takes a lower amount. Mine says for min FPS, it also says 47, 45. Yes. But it does seem to hover around.
Can I talk about that for a little bit?
Of course.
So the min FPS is a little bit low because we're showing off parts of the signaling that are not released just yet. That is for where the trains can figure out where they are, automatically change the junctions and make the signals work. That is still very much a work in progress. One of the little points of contention are the performance. I have many ideas on how to improve it, but I only have so little time to actually make that happen. So that wasn't done yet, and that is why the full signaling script won't be in. So the signals will be there for everyone, the junctions, etc. will be there. But there won't be any automation and fancy things for the trains.
So what you're saying is that you're also, in addition to the whole NSO, you're also planning to do something like ETCS, an automatic train operations.
Yes.
ATO.
Yes.
That is amazing. Will there be some sort of interface to so that every creator can make microcontrollers that interface with that system?
Yes. The way it communicates with the train is by reading from dials and setting numbers into keypads.
I see. That really sounds amazing. So that means that people that create systems for trains, like for example TCP, can actually integrate that into their systems and make that compatible. That sounds amazing.
Leapfire IO Quack says hi to everyone.
Nice. I'm having some troubles with the NSO stream, sadly.
Is that signal system totally different to how it currently works, where it's just like every signal is the same?
Yes, there's.
my Stormworks crashed.
Crash.
Oh, my Stormworks just crashed. Uh-oh.
everyone crashed?
Yeah,
Yes,
that
yeah.
Oh
everyone
no!
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wow,
that's
that's-
crazy.
Was that because of a command? I think that might have
No,
been.
no,
because
I
of-
wasn't-
no,
was-
no, that was the vehicle. The train we're trying to get running has some issues where the ropes were invisible. I think I tried grabbing an invisible rope that crashed the server.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is.
so-
I don't even know why that happened. But
Oh no!
Player,
Oh, but that does give us a
leopards-
good excuse to restart the server and then
Yeah,
make
there
sure
was
that
some
the
other-
catenary is actually off so we can show it's getting turned on again.
Player and Leopard have been working a lot also on some showcase vehicles, but of course we do play Stormworks, and Stormworks sometimes has some quirky behaviors like that. So apologies.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Everyone
I haven't
pause the
seen
stream
this
and pretend like it never happened.
Exactly.
All right, quick cut in the recording. Quick cut in the VOD.
Yeah, this issue
Um,
is just because of the vehicles I made and not because of NSO itself.
Yeah.
Please excuse this.
Well, I think invisible ropes is like
Stormworks
get it
moment.
started
Yeah,
again.
absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a big Stormworks
That
moment.
is a very big Stormworks moment.
Okay.
Uh,
Now Steam is not being nice to me. Please hold.
Da, da, da,
oh, I got.
da, 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 da,
Gotta go to the "We'll be right back" screen.
Exactly.
Hold on, Zoe. We could play like Arrive Gartic Soul with 7 people.
Honestly,
What the hell? Okay, that's broken.
No, yesterday like we were like working really late because of like issues in like stuff with like
Yeah, Black
we
Screen,
really
it's,
tried to release something, and at some point we were just so brain fried we had to play around.
Center, you
Trying to
broke
restart,
it.
guys.
Game crashed a little bit ago. Someone grabbed
It's
an
not
Don't forget,
invisible
Lab
Lab
rope.
had six people.
Yeah, 6
We have more
people
than
in
6
this.
people.
If you try to,
did I forget? Oh, god damn.
Yeah, we
It doesn't
during
remember.
development we never had the need to have more than 6 people on the server, right? So
Stormworks
really have
crashes
the
if you have more
memory
than
to
2
do
people on the server.
Okay. So
No, I mean,
Yes.
I was pretty impressed, honestly. Like, we had 6 people on the NSO server. There wasn't any lag, there wasn't any problems until, of course, player touched that invisible rope.
Yeah.
I mean, there
yeah.
were
Stomachs
problems
went
where
wonky.
like the
Yeah.
scripts were also given some
there
wonky
were
errors
many
and stuff.
invisible problems that you didn't notice that I can
Yeah.
see it because I'm the host.
Yep.
Yes.
Let me be ultra secure. Silver
IOQuack,
plated as
you
well.
tried to join IOQuack? I'm not gonna give you the password, sorry.
Alright.
Password
Is
is
the server up
1,
again,
2, 3,
or no?
4, 5.
Yes, it's up.
Password is, of course,
Same as before.
NSO is the greatest mod.
Uh-huh.
Right?
My password says don't touch the rope. That's what my password says.
Mm.
Really, I got
Right.
DM saying the password
Right.
is stop trying to crash the game.
Oh, I can't connect.
Disconnected
Why
from
not?
server.
The server is still loading.
No,
Oh,
Should
okay.
be ready to receive players now.
Now, oh, okay.
Connecting the
Good,
server.
good.
I swear if this game crashes again.
All right.
There we go.
All right.
Well, still working.
Alright.
Will
We're
now
back.
work.
Where's
What?
All right. Here we
Oh
go.
dear. Okay.
We're-
Alright, we're
loading.
back. We are so back.
That
Then
really
loading,
is like,
loading.
Oh, join the stream.
that is
Oh,
not
I see.
good.
Now I forgot
Uh,
why we're here. Tony, why are we here again? I forgot.
Right, yes. Why are we in Fort Lewin, you ask, or why are we here at
As a
at-
group. Why are we here as a group
Minute.
now? I forgot.
Why are we
What
playing
we
this
doing?
game?
to ask us questions, to give us feedback.
Oh, okay.
To tell us, of course, that we're doing a great job, but we should be doing more of a great job.
All right.
Right.
So what I want to know, because maybe I missed it while I was gone, what is included in this release? What are people going to be downloading?
Yes, so NSO Alpha 2 focuses mostly on all of the tooling that we really needed. I think the people that used Alpha 1 noticed that the roads and the rails were nice to have and great, but then the quality of them were, and the usability of them were also not there whatsoever. And so Alpha 2 is using Players and Leopard's extensive tooling that they made to basically... Sorry, I'm doing multiple tasks at once. Give me one moment. I'm still joining the server. To basically see what we could do. Before it was like show the world that we can do this, and in this case it was what can we do before wanted to go release.
Okay.
And right
so
now
when
we are at that
people-
point.
When people download it, what are they expecting, though?
Mainly railroads and some roads in the south. And then our expectation is to give us feedback on specifically those parts.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
So you're looking
basically,
for feedback
all
on
the
what you
things
have?
which will be going on NSO will be driving past or going through, so you'll see and you will be able
Okay.
to.
Okay. And by the way, guys, the links
that
are
out.
in the description to Zoe's channel. Also, if you want to donate to these guys, there's a donation link there, and also the download link to the mod.
Yeah. And now I want to make
Yes,
sure my
yes.
stream is actually working.
Cue the
Okay.
technical difficulty song. Oh dear.
Okay, so all right, IO Quack asks a question. What is NSO? What do you guys do? Are the Stormworks devs supportive of this?
Well, actually, we got a great message last Q&A of the devs. Because before we didn't have too much interaction with the developers as a modern community as a whole. They had a couple of moments of like we don't want people to run security risks. And they're still in that camp. We are also in that camp. We don't want to have anyone having security risks. Which is why we've been trying to make modding as simple and as without problems as possible, without official support. And last week we got a wonderful message from the devs that they are actually thinking about adding modding support via the Steam workshop. I was about to say the Storm Shop, which is a
I
wonderful
watched it
spoonerism.
yesterday
Alright.
again, and the number of times he says mods is amazing. It was like you could, be
Yes.
rich every dollar. Ching!
Yes.
If I had
For
a nickel
people
for
that-
every time that he said mods, I'd have $2.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was good. The attitude is much better, I think. So that's good.
Yeah, I
it
noticed
felt,
that.
It
I
felt
feel
really
like if
great
they
to
want
have.
more security, it makes a lot of sense that they would have some official support for it rather than all unofficial.
Right.
Yeah, that was also a lot of points were made about that in the early days. I remember coming onto the scene in 2021. Thales was just coming out. At Stormworks Modding Forum was just created and being used. And a lot of the actual producers of mods there were more in favor of actually keeping the modding scene civil and focused and not in contempt of the devs. Because all that we really wanted to do is want to make an amazing game even more amazing, right?
Exactly.
So what exactly is NSO?
Well, NSO
North Saywer
is
Overhaul.
Exactly. I was about to copy verbatim what it translates to. Initially, I started with just the North Saywer terminal because I noticed, hey, we can modify this. Back then I was playing it with some friends who have since abandoned the game, sadly, and I really wanted to just make the game more available for us. One of the things that I noticed really quickly was with the careers, if you want to get freight from one place to the other, you're gonna run into trouble because, well, as soon as you have the cargo anywhere near the islands that you wanted to deliver it to, it just says, "Oh yeah, you're paid, no worries." The terminals were like 7-8 meters up, which is almost impossible to reach with most vehicles in the game itself, and a lot of other problems. So the North Saywer terminal was the first thing that I wanted to change, and from there I was like, hey, but I can also change the railroads, and a lot of people want me to change the railroads, and people want me to change the roads as well. And then the game designer in me because that is my field of study and my field of occupation, was like, I'm going to do some research with the people that I know play this game. So I reached out to, back then it was like 30, 40 people, mostly from the Stormworks Modding Forum and some people that I knew played the game in real life. And basically just asked them, hey, what do you find the problem playing this? The issue isn't the editor. Everyone loves the editor. A lot of people were just mad or annoyed at the way that the overworld handled, because they created the creation, and then you can't really drive on roads with cars. You can't really always have fun on mainland railroad lines, and the one mesh for a airport is not really giving you the right signals. It's not saying like, hey, here you can land and this is a taxiway. So, it's still an amazing game where you can make your vehicles, but then simulate your vehicles. There could be a lot more improvement. And that's what NSO became. Entitled just North Saywer Overhaul, but right now we are using East Saywer as a basically setting up ground, and then hopefully, if we have time, energy, and the passion, of course, we'll do that to the entire Saywer mainland.
Okay, so you may not know this, but I'm curious to ask this question. It sounds like if they're going to be adding workshop, it's going to be like tile-based uploads or something like that. Is that something that they talked about with you, or you have no clue how they're implementing?
I have tried to be in contact with them even before starting NSO. I applied for a job there, and I did not ever get a message.
Typical.
And that's not a big
shadow ban from the job application.
No, actually, I think that was right in the moment when they became when they were transitioning to Geomata. So, like a bit after that, the application also went out. And to be honest, my C++ skills aren't that good. My C# skills are much better. So, yeah, I didn't really mind too much that we didn't have contact, but I did try to reach out on multiple occasions, of course, just to have like, an interesting talk about the game, because I am maybe not exactly the target audience, but I'm really invested in the game. It is something that I have a lot of fun with, and I have met a lot of great people in the community for. So yeah, but they coming back to the question, they did not have any contact with me about the tile mods. I was really pleasantly surprised when I was in the live chat and they mentioned that they were thinking about adding modern support the last 2 rounds.
Okay, then second question, if anybody doesn't mind if I keep asking questions. Are you working with or reaching out to the other folks that have made tile mods like the raceways and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, actually, I've had a couple of talks with DX. I'm hoping that I pronounced that right, because it's always...
Yeah,
DX, yeah. DX has done a lot of research and made a lot of technical tools that we are actually also enjoying right now as the NSO team. DX is basically politely breaking the game and then putting it back together in a way that we can, organize and everything. Actually, I think I need to give me the little whistle. I think I need to do a little role playing right here. We have a new train, and it's if you haven't noticed, we have a catenary. I'm gonna put a pin in the previous question. Please ask it to me again. This is part of the itinerary. We have a catenary right here, which means that we have electricity as well. Of course, that's just cosmetic, the catenary, but it looks absolutely amazing.
I don't know, I'm American. I haven't seen these things before.
Yeah, catenary basically supplies energy to trail trains so that they don't need to run on diesel.
Yeah.
The one that we just took from the below O'Neill terminal to here as a diesel train, and the one that we're currently going to take is a NSO branded Intercity.
If this isn't on the workshop after this stream, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Well, player, you hear it. Also,
yeah, I'll have to put things up. They're still work in progress, but...
I'm talking about this, of course, like I know everything about it, but Player and Leopard are the people who have most knowledge on these topics.
That says fake seats, dude!
Yeah, they have fake seats for the press F2 on it, you'll know why.
I can't read these buttons. What is this, German?
Yes.
It is.
Sprech Deutsch.
You mean I have to stand on this next part of the trip?
No,
You
there's
telling
a
me you're
couple
gonna
of
teleport
There are
out?
reservation markers.
Yes.
Just find a seat which isn't reserved.
Yes.
Now these
Oh,
things
no.
are lag optimized. That's the reason why we're running at 60 FPS right now. I just had to get rid of some of the seats. I hope you can understand that.
Say, player, where's the whistle that I need to have?
It's above the hand wheel for the handbrake inside. That's next to
Good,
the
thank you.
lavatory. It's a
It's
little
gonna become
hidden.
night
Oh, there
soon.
are seats. Oh, okay, okay.
Good job,
yeah.
Endo. You
All right, I
found
thought
some.
Yeah, I was like, where's the seats? So did you answer my question about the racetrack guys and stuff? Have you talked to those guys?
Not personally, not the Tau G race mods. I have talked with Carnivore, which made the racetrack, I believe, last year.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to find. There we go. I have the dog whistle. Wonderful.
And who made? I don't remember who made the highway.
I remember checking that out.
I believe those because we have a wonderful community as well, which player interacts with a bit in the Japanese modding community for Stormworks.
Yeah, right.
Some
Well,
Japanese
I-
modding
Just
community?
checking.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Japanese mod right now. I don't have that much contact with them, but I know that some other people in the modding forum have a lot of connections over there as well. So yeah, it is a tightly knit network.
There we go.
I was wondering.
Everyone
I
on
think-
the train.
I think Iowa has a question for the three of you. So I know Zoe's studying game and doing game design. What about Leopard and Player? Are you guys in the gaming industry, or is this just programming a hobby?
So
Programming is my day job, but not for games. Just standard business application. That's what I'm working on.
And that's
Yeah.
Leopard's voice, right?
Yeah,
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 that's
that was
Leopard's voice.
Leopard. And for
Leopard's
me,
disembodied voice.
True.
We're all disembodied here.
Yeah, for me, player right now, I'm studying still. I'm waiting to get into uni to study engineering, and right now I'm doing all of this just as a hobby on the side. But I do certainly plan to get into the IRL railroads and the future. So
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Okay. And so we do have a couple content creators here that you may know. And guys, shout out your channels so people know where
Yeah,
to find
please
you.
do.
Wait, not me.
sorry,
Not you?
Inside.
Not you?
Wait, is that question for all of us or just for the devs?
Yeah.
What?
No,
for the content
all
creators,
of the
the-
content creators currently.
Shout out
to
your
them.
channels.
Endo Skull. Everyone loves Endo.
Yes.
You're one of the biggest Stormworks YouTubers, aren't you?
I'm the smallest.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. And you've expanded. I like watching the new content.
I'm the most hated, I think.
That's
Yeah,
why
I
you're the
think
most
so.
loved.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Senti Funball.
Pterosaur, boy, he
Oh, yes.
kicks out
So-
videos like a madman. I'm
No,
Yeah,
pronouncing
but
his name wrong.
that's just ended.
I have no clue how he does videos that often. Coming
And
from the
his
man with
builds
a
are
3
beautiful.
months.
So if you guys haven't seen Pterosaur, how do you say your name, man?
Yeah, pterosaur.
Pterosaur?
Like the
Yeah, go
like
check
the
out his channel.
dinosaur. But it's not a dinosaur. It's a pterosaur.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful train that he was working on last time I checked. I haven't checked like this week, but yeah, go check him out. And then Senti, what do you do? Do you do weapons? I can't remember.
In Stormworks, I build cars, but across YouTube, I just really check out games.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so go check those guys out. I'll have to link to them in the description later because I don't have the links right now. Is there anybody else here that does content?
I am here, but I don't do YouTube videos. I build trains.
Yeah.
Wait, who's
It's
that?
me, Serpentine.
Oh, no, never mind him. Never mind him.
Okay. Someone in my chat asks, are the train signals part of NSO or an add-on like the Stormworks signals?
The signals are an add-on, but the add-on does get delivered along with the main mod.
Yes.
Yeah, when I installed the mod, I saw there were some other add-ons in the ROM data that were automatically enabled.
Yes.
Yes.
We have
Oh,
a couple of NSO missions which handle, in this case, the catenary, which handles the objects, so the LOD. And I've also been working, although the last time that I touched that part of the mod was about 7 months ago, But there has been some work into making careers available for NSO, which supply similar or even improved missions with the NSO world, like you would have if you're playing career or even classic career.
Oh, this is something I noticed. All the train tracks, you redid how they look, right?
Player did, yes.
Yes. Well, that's
Okay.
in conjunction with Leopard's editor. So Leopard has like a tool, the Stormworks editor, where also the railroad placement is handled with. So basically, what I do is I plan out where the railroad is supposed to go with splines and Bezier curves, basically, and then I can just chuck that into the editor and tell it what kind of extrusion it should put on, and then it'll automatically place these tracks and all the sleepers and the embankment for me.
And
Oh.
this means that you can control the curve, right? So there shouldn't be any
Yep.
janky curves.
Yep, exactly. These are all they're planned into the smallest detail. There's also a list of track speeds of what you can go where, and at some point in the future that might also be part of the signaling, where we can basically tell trains what kind of speeds are allowed where, and have something like an automatically run train, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So
So Zoe showed me the interface for doing this stuff a long time ago, but I don't remember. So are you saying that all of the train tracks are a separate 3D object that lays into there from the land? Or is it part of the
yes,
land?
it is on top, but it's also a mesh. It's basically the same as something like a house. It is
Okay.
part of the map and very difficult to remove in that sense. So yeah, I don't really understand
Yeah.
how you want
But no,
to
but I mean everything is
exactly.
placed, and like you could remove it and change the track if you needed to without touching the land, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, with an asterisk, because it is not. So that is something I changed the workflow for the roads. A little different. Oh, I need to concentrate because I'm driving a train right now.
You're
Oh,
asking
no.
the train driver.
Oh, what a mistake.
Let me pause it for a bit, and then we can talk more, and then we can explain this area a bit more as well.
Okay, we arrived at our next stop, Holt Old Station. Okay, so now I can talk about it. So, you'll see later on. Right now, we haven't gone over the areas where I placed down roads for vehicles, traffic over the past few kilometers. That's only been railroad works, but roads work a little differently. I made that work in Blender directly. That is baked into the terrain directly. So changing that is also not really easy, but how the railroads work is that they are a separate object on top of the terrain, meaning that if I want to change the geometry of the railroads, I need to manually change the terrain as well to fit to them. So for the railroad tracks, it's a two-step process, whereas for something like the roads, I only need to change where they're going, and then it sort of does it automatically, like carves out and excavates the terrain around them.
What happens, of course, is we've been working on this for 3 years now, and within the first year of me working on it, I talked a lot with Leopard, and the tooling changed. And then over the last 2 years, after the first NSO version, we keep on understanding the game just a bit better, and the tools that we're using just a bit better. Why does it do something weird that we're not expecting? And slowly the tools change and evolve. So the railway tools were also made very, very early, and then as we needed to place the roads as well, Play put a lot of effort into making the roads, the terrain, accept the roads and say like, hey, we need to have the roads smooth, but they also need to be within the actual environment itself, because otherwise we'll have, floating roads. Still possible, but not always what you want. Which is now possible, and we'll see that in a bit. Right here, people might recognize this as the old Holt area. Now, what has happened is, because we focus so much on the new tooling for the rails, the roads, and everything else, the old places, also one of the parts of the NSO mod that we want to shine later on.
Endo, get off the track.
Yes, please. Don't
Run
step
over.
on the track. Exactly. I mean, you are being dangerous like that. Now, so we have the Hold Old station, which is where most of us are standing, and Endo just
Most of us.
Yes.
Most of
In the
us.
distance, you can see Hold's new station, and you can see the old like part of Hold that we're gonna completely revamp with the new version of the mod. Trees will be placed back for people that know what Hold means. Hold translates to wood for most people, for most languages that use Hold. So it would make sense if there is wood again, but that's going to be happening in the next iteration. So all of the old places where we just went past still technically works, especially for railways, it really works. But for all of the other things, we're still working on it heavily to make sure that it is the best experience that we can provide. All right, let's go back into the train.
How compatible
Hold on. Technical difficulties. Please wait. Well, you can go in, but it won't leave just yet.
Yes.
How compatible is NSO with current Saywer mods, like the racetracks?
Well, so that's a bit of a sad part. The way that the entire technology behind Stormworks works is basically they're all separate files. And for example, the terrain is just one big file. That's if you change it, it needs to be overridden. So while there's technically options, there's always technical options to make it all merge. That is far, far, far beyond what we have currently. And when you download one mod and you download another mod and they're not compatible or made to be compatible with each other, then you will notice that it will override the old one with the newest one to be placed.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
yeah, you go.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming, excuse me, the way they're looking at it on the workshop is that you'll download a tile and you'll activate a tile. I'm guessing.
It'll probably be similar to add-ons, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you if NSO goes to the workshop, you would download like a bunch of tiles, right? And you would activate those tiles.
I really hope that wouldn't be the case. I hope that we could package it at least.
That would be better to package it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just like a giant tile set kind of thing.
We will continue to provide NSO then within a zip, because it's more convenient as well to have all the missions in one go and all of the sounds and meshes in one go. But we're not there yet. We did hear that they're thinking about it, and I hope that they make some excellent design decisions about it. For now, I'm already just happy that they are talking about mod support.
And the map doesn't show changes, right?
Well, actually, if you go zoom out, there is in the very bottom left of NSO, you see a little triangle, and that's our artifact of us knowing that we can now modify the map. It just became apparent last weekend.
Where am I looking?
Yeah.
If you go to the actual map GUI, you press M, and then you go to the bottom left of the entire North Saywer island group. There is a triangle cut out, which is our knowledge that we can actually change it. But the effect of that was only last week, and we needed more creative work and more tech work to actually get it all updated in time. So we decided to just leave the little triangle in for we can actually edit this now.
I'm not seeing a triangle.
I don't see it
Oh
either.
boy.
That's
I just pretended though. I saw, yeah.
Minus 8,000x, minus 12,000y.
Actually, it might be not packaged, having seen the
that could
packager
also
today.
be because
I will send a screenshot in the debug release group, along with another screenshot that I sent Serpentine that same weekend. There you go.
Oh yeah, yo.
Let's see if I can put this on.
Game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Here's another question for you while you're looking for triangles. Tony, you guys had discovered the in-game dev tools. Do you use those anymore, or did you stop using those?
We didn't discover that. I do use it, but we didn't discover that. That was, let me actually get, Jebediah. And then it's Chris. I don't know if that's the username that they were using or still are using. But it was Chris who communicated this to a lot of other developers at the time.
And do you use them or you don't really use them?
I actually use them a lot for especially trees and just making sure that the things are the same in the GUI as that. But Leopard's tooling is already doing most of it. And we've also had talks. Leopard, I want to say this with an asterisk and a question mark, but we've had talks about doing the same algorithm that the DevTools use for the tree placing in Leopard's editor. With some science words, it's called a poison distribution, which literally means fish distribution. It's a map term. And it's nice for painting trees because they basically auto-generate instead of you having to gun them down and plant them by hand.
Oh, okay.
So that might be coming, and in that case, I don't really have much reason because the Leopard's editor can already put missions in. That's not something that the official DevTools can. And yeah, like the lights can be done by Leopard's editor, the railways can be done by Leopard's editor, and a lot more. Just reading through a message that I got. All right, ready to leave.
So can you check your stream? I don't see it.
Yeah, I had some technical difficulties, and the way that it fixed itself was breaking itself more. So I'll just trust it. We're already having several creators, and I wasn't expecting to be the YouTuber with the most people. So I'll just miss a couple of subscriptions.
Oh man.
Oh well. Yeah, please do subscribe to me. There will be some tutorials if you're interested in Mod, and it will support me in this project, NSO, and other projects. In the release video, I also talked about Product Cento, which is something I've been working on since, actually May 2023. I got a quick go-ahead with the company that I was previously working at, but sadly we had to scrap those plans, and I retain all of the rights. But that meant that I now need to do the work in my free time. If you want to support NSO or that project, the standalone vehicle editor that I'm building, you can do so best on Ko-fi. And, of course, subscribe. That's free.
Act Original has a question.
Of course.
Are surface textures possible?
Surface textures possible on NSO? No, sadly. The way that the renderer works is it's reading vertex data, which is something that all games still have, technically. It's a way that back in... I'm not going to give a accurate date, but back in the early days of 3D, vertex colors were the way that you would do materials and textures. And then textures came along pretty quickly after that. And a lot of games adapted the textures, but Stormworks still uses only vertex data, or by choice uses vertex data, which gives you that, that hard shaded look.
Okay.
Sadly, that means that we cannot put textures in. For Cento, however, we can change the colors. Yes. Yeah. For Cento, however, it is possible to make surface textures indeed.
I mean, Stormworks has pseudo textures at some points, like the island purchase signs, which are just made of 120,000 vertices.
Yeah. Which, that was also a point of misunderstanding for me.
We just passed a dude.
Yes.
Outside the train.
Huh?
Yeah.
Somebody was sitting on the side of the road. Who was that?
Yeah, that's me. I need to cover for automation not work.
Oh, the door's still...
there's
technical difficulties with the vehicles.
Not as planned, of course.
Fortress is asking, with a question mark, oil deposits? Can you place those?
Real deposits? Or deposits?
Oil deposits. I think that should...
I think we can, actually. Because oil deposits are just I believe, a vehicle in the
all vehicles.
Stores. It's all vehicles. Everything is a vehicle. Now, I believe they do use a vehicle object that they spawn for that. I want to investigate. We can spawn ore, but it's a bit. I had a Dutch word in my mind, but that's not going to make sense to everyone but two in this group. It's a bit
I still say
haphazard.
it.
Wispelturig.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't
Yes.
speak Dutch.
Yeah.
I mean,
one of the things that you
still a
might know from
Germanic
me
language.
is I'm very verbose, and that means that my brain just comes up with words randomly that I know make sense, but not in this case. But yeah, it goes haphazardly. I've tried to spawn ore, and there is a little deposit up north, and sometimes it spawns, sometimes it doesn't, whether or not you have the industrial DLC or not.
Okay, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
You were mentioning level of detail LODs earlier on when we were trying to install this.
Mhm.
Does Stormworks actually use LODs for like mountains and stuff from that are in the
No.
distance?
No, in fact, I don't believe even that if you've loaded a tile in, that it renders it. In most cases, I've done a lot of research into this for my own standalone game, but also for NSO. Vertex rendering like this is actually more efficient than putting on textures and that. So as long as it doesn't have textures in normal maps and all of the other fancy shading stuff, it actually should be fine. The question though is, the question that you asked is, does Stormworks actually use LOD? Which is no, but vehicles do despawn at a distance.
There is
we
an
make use of
asterisk
that.
to that thing actually.
Yes.
Okay.
Trees do. Trees do have
Right,
an LOD.
yes.
They have 3 different levels. That's how you can have so many trees and still have it some performance. But we've tried looking into it, but unfortunately we can't like use that as a workaround to like place houses as like quote unquote trees and have LODs for that. That unfortunately doesn't work at all. So yeah, that's how we came up with a different plans to use vehicles, because vehicles despawn when you go far away. So we just put buildings and say that they're vehicles. This is obviously simplified, but that's basically how it works. And then when you go out of the vehicle load range, the houses disappear as well. So that's how this works.
Okay. Oh, that's okay.
So-
So you trick the game engine, basically, right?
Yeah,
a
we're
little bit.
using
There
we're
is-
using game rules to help
Yeah.
the performance
Oh,
just a
that's-
bit more.
Now
That's clever.
there are some things, first of all, that only works for visuals, so we can't have actual like physical objects. Like for an actual house, it probably wouldn't work because a house needs to have like a physics shape where it has collisions and you don't just pass through it. But for things like the catenary and road markings, because you don't really collide with road markings, you collide with the road underneath. So we use that for things like that. You might have noticed that you can walk right through the catenary. That is because it is there only visually, because for that we are using this exact vehicle LOD mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Oh, clever.
And that's
Stormworks
also
Stormworks
we
uses
had-
the physics engine bullet, which has little optimization for what's called in mathematics convex hulls, sorry, concave shapes. It's more optimized for convex hulls, which means that if you're making something like a catenary or a tunnel or a building, which we know there is quite a lot of in vanilla Stormworks as well, that you can interact with, the game needs to pull extra legwork and extra energy out just to make sure that the collisions are correct, because Bullet is just not optimized for concave. Concave things are in general complex mathematical things that I won't go into detail into, but yeah, like I'm already pretty impressed that we can make custom vehicles which are itself concave, because if you have a car, you can sit in that. That means that it is concave.
Uh-oh.
And then you move it through a tunnel, which is concave, and then you might actually have it linked up with another train or car, and all of those things need to talk to each other, saying like, "I'm not inside you, right? No, I'm not inside you, but is a part of me inside of a part of you that's inside a part of me?" And that becomes one of the reasons why you have so much lag.
Am I the only one that crashed?
I did not crash. No.
I didn't crash.
No. I'll also
Poor
didn't.
Endo.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I went into camera mode and
did
then came
crash.
back and then
Just
it
for
a while.
crashed.
Not
Alright.
crash, just frozen.
I'm fine.
Let me actually try that.
Oh, yeah,
out
well,
for
you still
certainty.
I think a frozen crash is what I have. You know, where it
Ah.
just kind of stops. Just stops.
Oh,
I think
One of
Right.
those.
yeah, your physics probably. Oh,
It usually doesn't come back after that. Usually.
No.
I just noticed that many of these buildings are you can't go inside of them. Is that the whole plan, or
Yeah.
will these be swapped out?
Well, so I know that a staple of Stormworks is to be able to go inside the houses, which is nice level of detail. But Stormworks is in its entirety a game about creating vehicles. And it's not necessarily a home invasions.
Wow, that
game.
was a Deltar's answer right there. Did you hear that one?
Right.
you know,
That was Deltar's.
man, bro's
thing is, right?
been watching the
Man.
Q&As too much.
Right. Well,
You know,
so
yeah.
the game design, in my opinion, and like in this case, it reflects into NSO, is that it's really nice to have the like to enter like all buildings, but if you want to have buildings, a lot of buildings, you can't enter all buildings because that means and a lot of work on the devs.
And also just for performance reasons.
And
right?
also
Like,
for
again,
performance
the-
reasons.
like,
Yeah,
lots
again,
of
with you need to go
physics,
inside of a house, and then you
regimes.
need to do all the things, and you need to decorate everything. And if people start catching out that there's just 5 variations on a building, that's also going to be very, very boring. So we just decided to say, hey, we're going to make more variation in the buildings, and then say you can't go into the buildings because there's only a couple of buildings that you need to go into, which is player bases, right? If
I
you make a
was
player
just
base.
asking. You don't have to explain all that. It's good.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
yeah, no. It's just you know, I'm interested in my own like design process and that of
Yeah.
others.
Okay,
So
guys, one second. So we've now arrived at our last train station. There will be more stuff to see, but for now, come to the platform again because as the catenary are sort of vehicles, we can also turn them on or off as we want to. So you don't have to use the catenary if you want to build more American-style trains where you would appreciate to blast coal into the environment more. You can
Oh
also
yeah.
just turn them off at the click of a button. Well, not that easily. You have to run a command.
Yeah, you have to
But-
run a command and then
Is the
Right,
command
as long-
America?
Exactly.
Question
da
mark.
da 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 da. Just the
And
guitar
all
that
the
Santi came in on.
So- Yeah, depending on if you want it or not, you can decide.
And just like that, they're
Okay.
gone.
Right. Yeah. Nice.
And the game got an
Now-
extra 4 frames per second.
So I noticed when we installed it, you have a couple of add-on scripts. What are those add-on scripts for? Besides, I assume that removing these things, was that part of the add-on script?
yes,
Yeah,
so the
so
NSO
objects,
objects
yeah.
mod, that one is responsible for the LOD objects such as the catenary, the road markings, and then I think the train signals and the junctions and etc. are also in the NSO objects mod. Then there is the railroad signaling mod that is actually responsible for making the signals have their colors that make sense and setting the junctions automatically for a train, but that is not going to be implemented for everyone just yet.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and then there's also a testing mod that I think accidentally got put into the zip as well. That was more for me to test things, but it's not that bad. It's in there.
Akarijan is asking, you're not shipping with any missions yet, right?
No, we do have the career framework, which is just the very basis. I had the idea that one of the nice things that might happen that we might want to do for careers as well is to have people be able to select a bit more about what they actually want to play. So if they are interested in search and rescue missions, then they can interact with search and rescue places and things. And then search and rescue missions will actually start. So that they don't have to then in Alderson do a, hey, we need to have some tugging happening, right? You can be more selective in that, in my opinion. And the career framework is supposed to give you prestige in different levels, so eventually you get more difficult and more rewarding missions. as you start out and then slowly climb. That's what careers basically does, or the careers framework does basically.
Okay. Compared to the original release of the NSO, how does this differ? Is there more or less?
I would say it's higher quality, but overall a bit less content.
Okay.
And hopefully in the next version, both of them will be equal out, right? Like we have high quality like this, and then more content like the previous version of NSO as well.
Okay. You don't have any kind of like feedback, Google feedback form or anything for people if they like download this and try it and want to give you feedback? How do they do that?
We have on the
LinkedIn.
GitLab where you...
No.
Yeah, exactly. Send me a LinkedIn, send me an angry email. You can also visit me on Hansa Campus on Groningen.
Visit me in person. Here's my street address.
Visit me in person.
Here's
I
my
mean, it's
address.
fine. Here's the address of the school. No, I prefer to see it in GitLab. In GitLab, you can click on plan and then on issues, and then you can put bug requests, but you can also put feature requests as well.
Link to the
or-
GitLab is at the top of the screen on my stream, and it should be in the description.
Thank you. Yes, that's the most organized. You also know that the devs have a bug tracker. Basically, what happens when we get a bug request or a feature request or a bug tracker link is we can then sort it into this is going to be game breaking, this is something that we can fix, or this is easy to fix, let's fix that right now. And then when we're actually doing... Oh, actually, I would recommend everyone look towards where I am, because there is a bus coming in.
There's a bus station in front of the train station.
There's a bus.
There we go.
I'm stuck in a
There's a bus.
chimney. Tur, how did you get up there?
But yeah,
If you go on the
the
roof, you
bug
can't get
tracker
out.
is the most efficient.
I need to suck around.
Though feel free that if you're in the area, send me a Discord message. We might plan a coffee or something like that.
Guys, in front of the
Bugs and
station
brunch.
is where the bus will stop.
Exactly.
Over at where Leopard is.
Ah, come here. Chasing the bus.
This is actually kind of fun having
What
a
kinda-
tour of the island Reddit.
What kind of
Gives you a
driving is
reason to-
that?
Do it.
Yeah, I'm having real, like
Get the alpha.
Yes.
input.
Download
delay.
link for NSO is in the description on the GitLab. What about Nexus mods or Stormloader? You guys plan on putting this alpha on those platforms?
I want to still gauge a bit for Stormloader, because the first time that I tried Stormloader was an issue with NSO. I remember all the tiles getting slightly more annoyed than I wanted to. And
Bug report. I got a bug report.
you got a bug report. Oh, let me know.
There's a house in the hangar.
Oh,
Just
ah,
saying.
oh wow.
Hanger, where did you
everyone
get
keep
off to?
Well, I got lost, so
Oh,
I'm still
okay.
looking for the bus stop. I have no
yes.
idea where it's at.
Behind the train station.
You will see all of our names of reference. I see NSO coming in.
You do?
Um,
Where?
Yeah. Well, on the map.
Oh,
Should I
which
come
way?
to
Am I
collect
going the
you?
right way? Wrong way?
Should
You're
I come
going
to
back.
collect you?
You're going away.
Oh, this is as bad
there
as
you
my
go.
I
flying.
might be able to pick you up. Hold on.
Oh no.
But yeah, let's stop right
Where-
here. We'll be picked up by the bus.
Yeah,
extra
it's the hangar
surface.
around the block here, Zoe. Left side
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
There's a house in it.
There we go.
Right here. Yeah.
So,
There you
Yep.
go.
I love
there
all
we
the
go.
NSO branded things here. The NSO train, the
This
NSO bus.
driving won't be the most exquisite you've ever seen because I have some input delay, but
Next up, we're gonna see the NSO banner plane flying overhead.
We might actually be able to fly in the NSO banner plane.
Oh, look at that! There they are.
There you go.
Okay.
I like how there they are, and I really already got distracted.
Are there new workbenches in this? Where or
Yeah.
throughout the
oh
entirety
yeah,
of
a
NSO,
whole
new
lot.
workbenches?
I added so many workbenches, you have no idea.
Yes.
Is that why we're lagging? No.
No.
Are you lagging?
Also, Leopard, can't get the road markings.
I'm okay. I'm not
Yes.
doing bad.
Yes.
The server is where? Where's
Oh,
Leopard at?
I'm in the back of the bus, and I'm gonna
No,
run
no,
a
I mean,
command that will
What country are
spawn
you? What country are you?
Oh, the Netherlands.
Yes.
The Netherlands. Yeah, that's not
Netherlands
I mean,
to the
game's
U.S.
going pretty
West.
well.
Yeah. I mean, poor SARS in New Zealand.
There was
Yeah.
before the stream started a little message in the Discord channel like all the Europeans, and that was the you can see a workbench here by the way to the left of you.
Yeah, I think, guys, could you get off? There is an issue where the speed sensor isn't working, and that's causing some issues.
Let's get off.
I don't ask you to all step off, please.
There's a
And to our
There's a
left, we'll
workbench
see
right
a
here.
workbench.
and I'm not authorized.
It's in its natural habitat.
I will.
And
spawn.
here is a natural workbench. Or my David Attenborough voice.
Hold on, I need to get into that workbench real quick, please.
Oh.
Back
up, back up.
Sorry.
Come on, don't get run over by the bus.
Is the problem if it's a problem
Okay,
that
I
I
gotta-
spawn a Honda
All right, you
Civic?
added the workbenches. But are they the biggest workbenches we can have? Are they all huge?
They're not all huge. They're all like the one here can't be humongous because you'll collide with the house. But there are some extremely large ones, especially the ones for trains are the longest possible. At the airport, there are some really, really large ones. I think I have a max size for boats somewhere, so you should be able to find one somewhere.
They're also
Alright.
all balanced, adjusted to what's necessary, right? Sometimes there is a lot of fun into making a vehicle that is smaller, like to actually compress a lot of components to some players. So having
Me
them,
with my bus in 2.5 meters wide.
I try to get my my vehicles that I create in Stormworks life size if at all possible.
Alright.
For some people, they just want to have the complete expanse of creative freedom. So we try to have a good like mixture of different sizes of workbenches, different orientations, that kind of stuff as well.
With
All right,
life-size
Akarijo
vehicles.
has a question.
I don't know if
The
any of you
question
guys have
is,
seen my vehicles, but they're absolutely huge compared to real life.
Yeah.
Do you have
equivalent.
any fire stations yet inside the game?
Oh, that's
Okay,
a good
what
question. Fire stations.
I plan on adding that because I also have some fire vehicles, maybe in the future, probably. But, like, I do, especially for the part where with all buildings will be non-enterable, I think there will be, like, some kind of, like, some buildings where, like, as a specialty feature, they'll be enterable, so you can also, like, mess with it.
Oh yeah,
Missions
there
will
there
be
is,
something like-
I believe, one place that I added post where there is a garage which you can enter. Like the door doesn't open yet, but you can enter the garage. You can actually build a small vehicle there, like a really small vehicle, because it is a life-size garage. One of the difficulties as well, I think I asked 3 times a question about this in the polls. Also, one thing before doing the talk, we haven't still spawned the markers, so I'm gonna quickly spawn the markers.
Ah, the road markers. Love roads. As an American, I have to say I love
Or
roads.
have they been spawned, and do I not see them?
I just spawned them in.
You just
there you
found
go.
There
them?
they are.
I do.
Yep,
I see them.
There we go.
So-
Now you can see the road markings.
So
Yeah.
how come these have to be spawned through a command and not always loaded?
Because they are objects, and we didn't want to render
They're vehicles,
extra.
they're vehicles.
Oh, right, yeah,
Right.
they are vehicles.
With this like LOD mechanic, and because they're vehicles, you have to do it via mission. We have tried some other ways, but that literally yesterday we found out that that doesn't actually work, so that was kind of evil. So we had to basically like remake the release a whole bunch of times because we found out just then that you have to do it via command, otherwise it'll just break the game.
What? Can you make
We
the
can
add-on
we can
automatically
make
do
the
it?
mission spawn them automatically. That's just that didn't make it into the release that is out right now,
Oh,
but it will for sure be in an
Yeah,
update very soon.
One
That
of
will go out.
the things off topic that we had yesterday, why we were so late in sending the creators our files, and also why we were so tired when we actually sent it, was because we were trying to find out what was happening, how we could fix it, and eventually decided to send it without. And then we found a fix, I believe. As I was like muted a bit for making sure that the NSO release video was live and nothing was breaking in the meanwhile, I came back to the call and it's like, hey, we fixed it in the meanwhile. So
Oh, welcome back.
it's-
We fixed the issue.
Yeah, exactly. No, that was
that's a
wonderful. Especially considering then the question was, could we package it and send it out, which I haven't been able to yet, but that's going to happen. Hopefully before I go to bed right now today. So yeah, we are currently at Hoy, Hoy Castle. It's a
Who is this
basically.
named after?
Well, Hoy is kind of a pun on my surname. I won't give my full surname, but it is. It's a very, very, very bastardized version of that. It also sounds like Ahoy.
Naming it after yourself. I'm disappointed.
Right?
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I don't think I put anywhere Zoe Airport or Tonyo Airport, so I felt like, putting a castle down here was kind of prudent.
Castle.
And Hoy is also, and that was why I chose it in the end. The initial idea was for Stormworks to happen, the entire mainland landscape to happen in Scotland. And I've been to Scotland myself a couple of times. There is a wonderful rock
Really?
that is almost at a very wonderful rock. His name is Dwayne. No, his name is Old Man of Hoy. Exactly spelled like that. And there is a lot of folklore behind it, which is kind of, I was interested in it. I was modeling a set piece for here. It's always good to have, you can see right here, in the distance already, the castle, which is modeled after the castle in Edinburgh. And I was like, this needs a name. I'm not going to call it whatever castle. I wanted to be quick. And I have this little spot for a name open, so let's call it Hoy Castletown.
You'll see when we
player
drive
added
past
Castletown.
the
Yes,
nameplate of the town.
exactly. We have.
Here's the first question about the castle. Does it have functional gates?
Ooh, you just
No,
opened a
but
can of
we-
worms.
Oh,
We
no.
can do that.
Oh no.
Could in
We're
the
gonna be here
future
for another
maybe at
hour.
some point.
Oh, no. We're gonna be here for a while, but the
But
gates
not,
thanks and
but it's not here right now, so don't worry about it. So
No, but
maybe
it does
point.
have a couple of places for edit zones for example making some military stuff if you have the.
Will you be
military-
adding an amusement park?
That sounds interesting, but I'm not gonna put it on a feature yet. That is definitely an interesting topic. If
Okay,
you look ahead,
Dotters.
you see traffic lights as well.
Oh shoot. Do they work?
Do these work? Yeah, can you stop
They
and
do work.
figure out where you are?
Oh,
Just
look, they
made
did
it
work.
through at green.
Almost ran the red light. I can't believe it. Do they follow American or European traffic?
But it is
European.
possible to make them European style, but that takes a while, so we just plonked it on American style. So there's just
Let's
one
go,
page,
America
one
wins.
side
Wait,
green
do
at any time.
Europeans drive on the right side of the road or the left side?
Most of us on the right side of the road. If you're from the UK, which is technically still Europe, but not the European Union, you drive on the left side of the road.
Okay, only you.
Yeah.
This is modeled on the majority
Oh.
of the world, so it's on the right-hand side.
For once, America isn't different.
Mhm.
Although there's not miles per hour speed signs, so it's supposed to take place in Scotland.
Yes.
And here's the bus stop. I don't know if
There
my
we go.
chat is mostly
Little tour.
European, but I'm getting far too many train questions. How are the train tracks switched? There are many switches which don't seem to have a switch. From
Ooh,
Seagate chat.
leopards. That is a juicy one for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, there should all be switches for every junction. Right now, you have to just press the little button on it. In the future, it might be possible to make the script do it for you. But that's...
I think, because in
Future.
normal Stormworks you can use radio or a button to toggle it.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, yeah, the
Um,
radio functionality is not given right now, but that will in the future be replaced by
Underground.
some more sophisticated...
Player, what's the
things
point of
in the
that?
background.
What's the point of this, player?
Hmm?
It's to
Why do we go down there and come back up?
it's to cross the train
We
track.
Can keep us track.
Across the
Oh,
train
I
track.
like to cross the train tracks like this. It's much easier.
Oh my
As
how
goodness!
Americans cross
And
the
I like
Correct.
how there is a group of people who just don't care, like me as well. I also just jump over right here.
Well, what if
And
there's a
then-
train
Well,
coming in? What if there's
natural
Yeah.
selection will get rid of y'all anyway.
No,
so
I
actually
it's
agree
with
easy
player,
to
like,
Just
optimize.
get rid of Zoe there.
Wait. Is this an example? I have a question. So,
Mhm.
a question. I don't know who this is for, but these steps. How come we're able to walk up these steps? Are they? Are they
So the
actually
way
Looks like the
is,
physics mesh is just a wedge.
remember when I talked about how the vehicle, like the vehicle LOD stuff, how those are only there visually. There is a distinction between a visual mesh, what you can see, and a physical mesh, the one you actually collide with. And so simple case of the visual mesh is the actual staircase, and the physics mesh, as someone pointed out already, is just a wedge shape. So it's basically just like a ramp, and that's how you walk up the thing. That's
okay.
how all the stairs work. And that also means, or that doesn't really mean that, but some other cases where that is employed is the railing here. You know, that is very detailed and like with the spokes and stuff. That if that was like this in the physics mesh as well, that would be horrible for performance. So what it actually is physically, if you like had some kind of physics X-ray goggle vision, is also just like a long cuboid instead, because that is of course like the decision you make as the developer of stuff like this. Where do you draw the line on how detailed do you make the physics versus the visual mesh? But I don't think that any one of us will make like a, I don't know, like a kind of vehicle which is thin enough to fit through these spokes. So that's why
Yeah.
you can
Wanna
optimize
bet?
things with the differentiation between physical and
Right.
visual mesh.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, because
That's
we
fine.
do have one staircase, which I think might or might not be playable right now, but a staircase, quote unquote. I heard after the release of NSO 1 that there was quite a lot of interest in maybe having some off-track and off-road things. So there is
Yeah,
a track
Top
right there,
Compass.
and there is basically there is a place where you can go to steps which are aggressive, which you cannot really step because it isn't a wedge, but it's made so that you can actually have go off stairs with a vehicle.
We can go there right now.
If we want to, yeah. Aren't we gonna explore Hoi for a bit?
Oh right, yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna come back to here afterwards anyway.
That's
anyway,
fair. Yeah, we
so
can go there
let's-
first. I would say first
let's
step into the
continue
bus,
our
and then
train
we
of thought, I
can.
suppose.
Let's
Back-
first
back
go
to
into
the
the
bus?
bus. Yeah, and then we'll come back here, and then we'll continue with the rest of the itinerary.
All right, another question coming in from Ak. I guess he likes to ask questions.
That's good. That's good. We like asking.
He's
we
been
we
playing
like asking
Stormworks
questions.
again. He had left it, but I guess he's coming back a little bit for the fishing.
Mistake.
Question is, are there purchasable areas?
I believe
Location.
so. I just don't know if we have a plate for purchasing yet. So it's asking for a purchase, but then you need to use the UI menu to purchase it. Again, it's
example. The link is in the description if you want to download this and install it.
This is
But
true.
basically, we can make it so that islands are purchasable in the future.
Yes.
Right now, there you won't see that. So
In fact, it might be
game.
also nice, and this is more conjecture for me, having passion for also the careers, that you do instead of purchasing the tile. Sometimes it might also be nice to do a mission for the tile, so that you actually prove yourself to the person who's selling it, and then go like, oh yeah, no, you're wonderful at fishing, and then you get a fishing dock.
All right. So instead of just a button where you click, oh, I want to purchase this, you actually there's like a little mini game.
Exactly, or like a line of quests. Ooh.
Oh, Ak is actually
Oh, no.
asking also, can you, I guess, kind of buy a location and then build on it?
Yeah, the old NSO had that. This NSO, I don't think we have a lot of statics, but that should get back in the next alpha or even the main release, because that is a prime idea for how this works.
Oh, Zoe, is the download ready? You said there was a problem earlier. Is it okay now to download it
Yeah,
and install it?
Yeah, you can download it still. We are going to update something after today or after the stream.
Okay.
That's mostly going to be catenary and some quality of life. Some things that we noticed we can fix immediately after that. Right. So we're currently
Off-roading.
entering. We're currently entering Hoy Wilderness.
I haven't tried this bus on the off-road. Let's see how it performs.
Yeah.
Look, we may
Basically,
just blow up.
This entire
Oh, yeah,
area
people damage as well.
is made after places where old industry might have happened. So old deforesting, old mining, and then people, of course, move in and make like a rally thing or put things down. This was, yeah, you can see in the distance. I think player made the wrong left turn, but I'm interested. Oh, you can actually reach it. Wonderful. Yes. Yes, basically this is going to be the place where you, if you want to do any off-roading and any monster trucking, this is the prime location for it. Upcoming, you see the big stair, the big industrial area where they abandoned the construction project.
Yeah,
And
the
there
stair,
is-
which is also physically a stair, so it will be a bumpy ride if you go.
You
through
can see
the
how we also increased the level of detail on well, the amount of physics and the amount of triangles right here. Specifically so that you can move around and maneuver with your monster trucks and with your rams, all of the very, very off-road American and off-road outback things.
I'm guessing this is a question for
there.
player.
Mm-hmm.
So player, how does Stormworks handle like types of animals being spawned in different locations?
Oh, I haven't actually looked into animals and entities like that at all yet because, well, I'm working on land, so animals are, well, I guess there are animals on land. I guess that is actually a very good point. Maybe we should look into
Are
that.
animals compatible with NSO?
It should be. I looked into it as soon as the
Hopefully.
industrial frontier came out. It's just that like as soon as Industrial Frontier came out, I'm sure people might have noticed the initial drop in productivity for NSO, because
Yes.
I had 3 other things on my mind at that time, and all of them were sucking out all of the energy out of that. Yeah, you can see this stair is absolutely awful to walk, and that is because it's going to be nice to climb for vehicles that you designed to climb stairs like these. But yeah, the animals, I believe, researching together with the ore, and then I decided to take a briefer from NSO for 3-4 months, and then I came in, and player and leopard were also hard at work with those things. So basically, we just
I got a bug over here. I got a bug over here.
Oh, is it the
Oh god,
wrong
it's
normals?
that out thing.
Oh,
my
boy.
lord!
Oh
So,
no.
Here's the thing, right? I knew that this existed. Don't trap yourself, of course, because that's what I'm going to do apparently. Oh, actually, no, it's fixed. Or at least that's fixed. The physics are fixed.
Oh
This
no, the
thing
normals.
has been inside out. This thing has been inside out since I believe I'm gonna say October 2021.
Oh, that's
See,
really
folks, they don't
silly.
take your bug report seriously.
No,
See that?
The developers don't take their bug reports seriously. Yeah, it's been a bug for a couple months. Deal with it.
Well, no, this is just an area that I did not touch since 2020, not 2021, 2022. And then I see this, and now I'm like, right, I remember this from when I was working on this back in October.
I've also got a bug report.
Yeah.
This is from Tomato Soup in my chat. The NSO
Tomato
SAR
Soup.
tutorial boat appears to cause extreme lag. The boat will get under the island of Ahoy and then lag.
The tutorial boat, right? Yes, the tutorial isn't quite working yet, so we shipped it just because it was there. Probably should remove it in the next version because it is gonna cause some confusion. We are working on it, and then we shipped everything that we were working on just so that we can get feedback and that. So, yeah. Maybe I feel like Deltas whenever I'm saying these things.
Oh.
Would you believe this bus isn't an off-road bus?
I don't believe it. This looks like an off-roader.
Please don't high center. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh wow,
that's impressive.
I feel like I was part of a Fast and Furious movie like shoot.
Yeah, get Vin Diesel on this.
Thank you for
or is this the other? What's the movie with Keanu Reeves? With the bus?
Speed?
Can't go below. Oh, speed.
Right,
Yeah, you can't go below
yeah.
55.
Can't
Yeah,
go below
speed.
55.
Oh dear.
That's what,
You're
90
already below
kilometers an
55.
hour?
Immediately
Play,
below.
are you doing what I think you're gonna do?
Uh-oh, I hope
Oh,
vehicle
took
damage
a
is
wrong
off.
turn.
Oh no!
Oh,
no.
get your
Get
your cameras, kids.
I feel like this is the tour bus that doesn't quite know where the roads are that they should take.
Yeah, I
Oh,
haven't been here at all. Can you tell?
Yes, I can.
I didn't actually work on this part of the map. That was all Zoe's work. So
Yes.
this is the first time I've actually been on here with any vehicle ever.
Yeah,
with
I think the reason that I didn't touch this anymore is after I came back and we made the agreement that you started working on, well, first of all, the infrastructure. This kind of took a back seat because
Man,
we
this
want
went
to get
into
the
the
tooling
fourth
in
row.
first. Because this was done all before the new tooling came in for the roads and the railroads, and also the organization for the blend file. And yeah, it's just important that we're working in a stable environment. If I'm going to mess with my things while players working on tooling, that's going to be a bit awkward. Yeah?
Question for you. So is it possible to add something like what's it called? Like a moving ski lift that is part of the land and not just a vehicle that's being loaded in, but an actual like moving.
Well, if you want to sit on it and if you want to move it, like moving around, yes, possible. But if you want to actually use it to sit on it, then that requires you to put a vehicle in there. Because whenever you go into bed or whenever you see a sit in Stormworks vanilla, that is technically a invisible seat or invisible bed, saying like, oh, you can lay here.
Yeah, so if you want to interact with that, what we can do that is basically also for the moving stuff on the castle. You can have basic meshes move around. Like we could make how the wind turbines rotate. We can do something similar. There are some basic functions to translate and rotate meshes, but I'm not even sure if that stuff can be complex enough to handle something like a ski lift, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm doubting that, but we could most possibly make a I have actually experimented with this. This was a question that Deltars asked, I believe Thursday during the Q&A, because I have had possibly made some different assemblies for railway lines. The issue is there is just one type of railway line, which means that the assemblies that you put on all are compatible. So technically, you can also make a monorail. Technically, you can also make a suspended aircraft or a Seilbahn, but they will all also get confused as soon as you put other assemblies in, because it's just going like, yeah, I can fit on here. Maybe we can do something with that later, but that's going to be a very, very big technical maybe. And the question also is if it's practical or not, right? If it's gonna guaranteed be buggy when it's like slightly working and be buggy, then is it even worth having it in the game?
Let's check out the castle, I suppose.
Yes.
NSO Sawyer looks like New Zealand. Are you able to confirm?
Could you repeat that?
NSO Sawyer looks like New Zealand, someone says in chat.
Well,
it's
so-
not off of New Zealand, but
Well,
It does
so
not look like New Zealand.
the person from New Zealand saying,
The local New Zealander says it does not look like New Zealand.
I think that a lot of the Lord of the Rings world, I forget the name, Middle Earth is based on Scotland and the England countryside, and then they went like, oh, the movies, we can better film that in New Zealand, for some economic reasons mostly. And then a lot of people go like, oh no, it looks like New Zealand if there is cool mountains and ocean, that kind of stuff.
Yep, looks like New Zealand to me. Never been there.
Yeah. No, it looks like the Netherlands to me with all these mountains, right?
It looks like my backyard.
Looks like southern Germany to me. With
It's a zip file. Original is a zip file. So you download the zip file. If you want to, you should probably back up your Stormworks directory, and then unzip the ROM file or into the ROM file or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just
unless
overwrite the file.
you're
I
wanting
think we
to
can also
preserve.
like make a video tutorial later on.
Oh, I
Like,
will.
it's
I will definitely
pretty-
will.
It's
Yes.
pretty simple.
A backup
It
isn't
is, yeah.
quite required unless you want
who's
to
trying that
archive
thing?
the old version.
Hey, there's a train going
Or
by.
if you already have mods. If you already have mods, you
Is
should
that an
probably make a
AI
backup.
train or?
Now, I believe
Oh,
that
that's
is
me.
that is
Ah,
the
it's
background. Right.
Okay.
So we're
After
currently
this,
at
I
Hoy
think I'll check
Castle.
out the airport. Okay,
Hoy
yeah, let's
Castle
do this
is
tour.
designed around the actual mountain that stood here in Vanilla, but also as based on castles in Scotland. And it's actually designed with real castle principles in mind, which means that it's defendable. Currently, we're standing on what's called the Barbarcade. A lot of nerdy terms will come by. If you go up, we'll go into the palace part of the castle.
Working on it.
There's
Where-
a
Some
hole in
wonky
the floor
triangles here
here.
and there, don't worry about it.
Yes, meanwhile,
no,
player
mesh
and Leopard are
issues.
setting up.
There's a lot
I
of
saw
mesh
the
issues.
triangle right there. I'm gonna fix that as soon as possible.
I noticed a lot of mesh issues with the tunnels on the railways.
Yes.
Yeah, that is so there are like the good-looking tunnels and the like very bland-looking tunnels, which also don't really stitch to the terrain well. Those tunnels I just haven't worked on yet, and that is just like a placeholder extrusion sort of, which is part of the actual rails themselves. I can just like click a little checkbox and it like puts this ugly tunnel around it, which is better than no tunnel at all. But yeah, I need to work on those still. Lots of things.
So Hoy Castle
Uh-oh.
is designed for people who are interested. Oh no, that is terrible.
Uh-oh.
That is absolutely
I
terrible.
totally just fell underwater.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well. Good that we noticed
don't follow
this.
me. I just
Bit
fell underwater.
Bit said that we noticed that on stream. Yeah, as you can see, like,
Yeah,
modding
but I mean,
is
also the thing is like, as us three people, with like
Yeah.
we're mostly making and not that much playing, so that's also a big reason why I personally wanted to like get some sort of release out, so people can get their hands on it.
Well, that's
and
why you
find all
have.
of these little triangles.
That's why you have people like me.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So,
That's
have
great
you,
job already.
or are you part of like some Blender forums that you could like ask for more 3D modelers or something?
well, no, that's not really the thing. We kind of want to have it with people that, first of all, know the game, but most important of all, it is a development effort, right? So you do need to have people that actually have the energy, time, passion, but also the experience working with the tools that you need and the communication skills that you need, together with knowledge of the game, which the three of us combine pretty well. And if we have more people that might join later, that might be nice.
What is this orange thing?
Looks
It's
like
a
a
stunt
ramp.
jump.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab my hypercar and just drive on over and probably
Yeah. Oh,
is that-
Does this
crash.
thing pop up when you land?
Stunt ramp? Is that what it is? For reals?
Yeah, it's like Grand Theft Auto.
Look, you gotta put a board on the end.
What you use
Forza
it for
Horizon
is
skill
doesn't
point
really
board.
matter anyways.
So, Hoy
yeah.
is designed to be a very defendable location for
Oh, what
people
the
who
hell
are
is
interested in, who are very interested in
I don't like-
military gameplay. Because there is multiple places where you can put, for example, right here.
Get
we have
Toastery in
artillery.
this. Can I get Toastery in chat? Developer of
to be
Improved
honest-
Conquest Mode.
To be honest, we actually asked Toastery if he was interested in adding AI for NSO, which he was. So he is already in the server.
Yeah, I remember.
Already.
Oh, jeez. I remember after the first alpha came out, Toastery started making an NSO compatible version of Improved Conquest.
Yes. Yes. So, Hoy right here is nice and defendable. You can have multiple people defend it and then have people attack it. That is kind of the gameplay idea that we had. Of course, that's not tested quite yet, so it might be interesting to actually host one of those sessions once with people.
Yeah, someone made an amazing looking World War II land mod thing.
Yeah,
It has trenches and everything. Maybe it's World War
Yeah.
I, whatever.
Oh, I need to check that out.
I saw it come by. It's crazy what you can do as soon as you have the tools and everything available.
Is the tooling available somewhere publicly, like
yes.
the Stormworks modding forum?
Yes, you can go to the Stormworks Modding Forum. You can
Link is
check
not in
out
the description.
check out my links in the description because I'm going to make some tutorials about it soon as well. Because the last tutorial that I made was in 2022 question mark, and those were made for an older version of all the tools. All of the tools have been updated nowadays, so it might be really interesting in looking at all of the new capabilities. Yes.
Oh, what are your next steps that you're working on right now?
Well, first we want to get a lot of feedback in right now, which is also why we're doing the Q&A.
We'll probably spend the next few months just fixing all of the.
I like seeing just the tank come by. I believe that's player in the tank.
You think you're safe up there, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Guys,
maybe we should run.
Hans, get the Flammenwerfer!
So I need a digital billboard with my channel and a link that's in every install.
To be honest,
readme.txt, subscribe to Endoskull.
Yes.
If you haven't subscribed to Endoskull, do so. Great content creator.
Yes.
All right, so I need that digital billboard in the next release, please. Thank you.
Make a feature request.
I'm giving you 1 month before the billboard.
Exactly. I like how our player has barked in, and we're now going to be attacked.
And I'm just going to be watching. Oh my god!
Boy.
I will be watching.
That was bombastic.
That just blew up on us. Well, vehicle damage isn't even on. Oh, I gotta turn on vehicle damage.
Is this our final tour, please?
No, we have one more destination and then another way of transportation after that.
Okay.
So as long as the questions keeps coming in, right? If people would join the train again, whatever way you want to get to the train, I don't really mind. Just please be careful
I have
of
an
your
idea.
legs.
This is an IFB. There's space for many people. I think we can make the ramp. Trust.
All right. I'll trust it. I'm jumping on the ramp.
I want to see this. This is going to be on recording.
Yeah, I've been recording and streaming. This is going to go into the compilation. Stormworks Funniest Moments compilation.
What are you guys going to do?
We're gonna do the jump. We're gonna do the jump.
Okay.
Check
I
this.
will be watching from below.
I am on the tank. I'm making the jump.
Oh boy.
All right. We're watching.
Oh, immediately get stuck on this.
This is the whole reason this mod was made, by the way.
This is true, yeah.
The entire reason that we had you have the showcase is just for all of the steam that you get with all of the.
We totally just bumped
it. That didn't work out.
All right, take 2. Come on.
I didn't think I'd see the day that I see a tank jump from a plywood plank.
Only in Stormworks.
Only in Stormworks.
Suspension is not happy.
Well,
come on, we're backing up. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We're waiting.
Oh, that's been in. Oh, dear.
Okay.
Oh, we righted ourselves.
Wait. I think I might be able to do it just this once. It's the trumpet. It's trumpet here. Nope.
Are you trying to do the soundboard?
Yeah. Sadly, I don't have the sound.
Too slow.
It's
too slow now. You missed the joke.
Too slow. I mean, we have.
Okay, that was perfect for the roll. Nice.
We'll be right back. I can do a bunch. I can do a lot of sounds, but maybe I don't want to.
Yeah, that's not
rawr-saur, you talk way too much, dude.
Yeah, so that's coming from the guy who played Bad to the Bone.
Bad to the Bone.
We are very civilized people. We will park it.
Exactly. They're gonna park the tank in the parking spot.
Designated parking in the red zone.
Exactly. You know, after so much work, some goofing off is allowed, right?
I mean,
I'm gonna rate the parking.
Sorry, but like, player is a certified goober. We've known this since working with him.
What are you talking about, Walker? What? What are you talking about, Walker? Well, someone's dogging on me. Walker's dogging on me. What'd I do? Who was I talking? When I was talking about rawr-saur? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh boy, the Stormworks YouTube drama is heating up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not participate in SWE.
Now I'm gonna have to do a diss track on Pterosaur. Oh man.
Oh.
Another train question? Are you kidding me? How is the train signaling controlled? Is it via the console or a UI or?
At the moment, it's only commands. The plan is that there is like a UI where you can like do things on it. I don't know if we can make clickable buttons that easily, but
Serpentine, are you okay? You seem to be floating around a bit.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Uh-oh.
Are you Serpentine?
uh,
I like how the model already looked like a bench here of some kind, and now they're actually floating.
does anyone have the like old school modem soundboard?
Right, I might.
The dial-up sound.
I might actually.
Let me look. Just open soundboard.
I have to be honest.
What are you honest about?
No.
Oh, the
Uh-oh.
train is leaving. The doors are still open. The train is
Oh,
open.
Serpentine's
Oh,
gone.
there.
Serp's gone. Oh no.
Serp's gone. Oh, Serp's sent me a
no.
DM. Let me see. Oh, you cannot move. Okay.
I can see that. We can see that.
Yes.
okay, can you hear me again, guys?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear you
yeah.
again.
Oh, amazing.
I'll have
Okay,
to
I'm gonna try to
check
rejoin.
out.
Yes. The train hasn't left yet.
Okay.
Someone's trying to
Speaking-
sabotage the train.
Speaking about trains, I do have a load of more train questions that I would like to ask at some point.
Oh no.
When the time is right. More train questions.
I would cheat though, Walk. I'd use AI.
As we're already on the railway, go and ask them already. If you
Okay,
have
I'll
the
wait
access.
until I have joined.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And
I
I
can't
spawned
just
my
check
The answer
train.
will be delayed.
I want to drive my train.
So are you gonna have like automatic fee deductions when you ride these trains? I would cheat.
Actually, like,
Only for Americans.
just ask the creator of the Stormlink mod or add-on to make it for NSO, and then.
Is he still
then we're
playing the
happy.
game or did he leave?
I'm not sure. Well, one of the things that I notice a lot with creators on Stormworks is it's always like a coin flip if they continue playing the game or not, which is of course sad, but it's completely understandable as well. The game is like, to be honest, I have a low amount of hours for a creator in here. I have only 1600, but that's 1600 hours. Like it sucks time.
Oh, I totally have a.
I'll play.
Discord is saying I have a ping somewhere, but I have no clue. I love Discord.
This train is truly realistically German because the seats do not line up with the windows.
Yeah, I made specifically sure that is the case.
How much is a ticket from Holt to Fishing Village?
Oh, that's a
From
crappy
Holt
seat
to
you gave
Fishing
me.
Village.
I'll feel this one.
Which I think Fishing Village is South Sawyer? Southeast Sawyer?
That is behind us. That is the one where we got into the bus first.
Yeah,
where
that's
we
right
just
over
got the
there.
train. That
There's
is
South
Fishing
Sawyer.
Village.
Is NSO going to fix the naming of things? Because this is the fishing village, but it's also called South Sawyer Terminal, and then there's
Yes.
North Harbour, and then it's also got some other name.
Yes.
Yeah, we're still like having some like the names.
There are a lot of
right now
vehicles
are
on the
also
map right
sort of
now.
temporary, like many other things are. So it
We're
might change in
working-
the future, and there is still like
We're working on the
everybody's on
the
board,
map
right?
especially right now, and then as soon as the map is ready, then we can actually do.
So you
Alright,
guys-
we got another question coming in for
Oh,
you
boy.
guys.
Yes, sir.
Vanilla Career. Does it still work on this map, or is there
No,
any issues
absolutely
with it?
not.
Absolutely
I would
not.
recommend-
You hear that?
I
You hear
would-
that,
Does it
Jordan?
work?
I mean, the thing is,
I wouldn't
technically,
recommend
like,
using
the
it.
default missions, like where like stuff spawns in the ocean around us, isn't really affected. Like you can.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can
You can
start
do.
at a base or you can make a boat. To be honest, but like-
So the thing is like you have places where it automatically spawns near the coast. It might work, it might not. So you can of course try and risk or like bet on it going all well. But the way that it's working is all of the things in the vanilla mission are hard-coded. And just randomized on like where it spawns. So if it's just a middle of the ocean spawn, all fine. But if it's a coastal spawn, or if it's a specific mission that's being put, like, you know, move cargo from terminal A to terminal B, that's not quite possible anymore, and we're working on a NSO specific career for that.
Senti says, say hi to NSO Des for me.
Well,
I'm in Endo's chat.
thank you, Senti.
Thanks, Sophie. Hello back.
Okay,
Hello,
so now
back.
that we're still in a
Say hello back to
Wait,
him
very
for
long.
me, Endo.
I wanted
Is there a way to? I don't know what it says. Make airports longer.
Is that like
Yes,
runways? Like making the runways longer?
Well, so if we step out right here and in an orderly fashion and follow me slowly.
Come on, Endo.
Wait, aren't we in a tunnel?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
I'm
we
just-
We're back
are.
at
This is where
O'Neill.
we started.
Well, yes, you are in a tunnel.
Yeah,
This
back
is
in
where
O'Neill.
we started the stream.
Exactly.
Oh,
Could we all collect right here? Just wanting to have everyone here, including.
what, you want a picture?
No,
I charge for mine.
But we have one
Sign
more
the terms and conditions.
thing to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just checking. I
All
think
of
we
us
might
are-
need to lose player leopard. I think we are all here, so we can go upstairs.
We're gonna go to O'Neill
Old Town
Airport.
is
for the
Old Town
arrow.
is the village just below the northern dock. It's still Old Town.
Yes.
I don't know what you're going on about in chat.
There we go. And
Zyzo
there
says
is
someone needs
a
to make
wonderful
a mission.
plane.
Oh, well, that's your job, Zyzo. Shoot.
There is a wonderful plane that we may board.
I like planes. Can
I
take a
am
picture?
going to be the pilot, just for all certainty.
Let's take it.
There we go.
Oh, this is very
Now that's the
healthy.
pilot seat. That is the pilot seat. That is
Tur's
mine.
immediately getting
Senti?
in. Like, that wasn't me.
Yes. Okay.
So
I
the
believe
blue
we
hangers are
have.
gone. There's no blue hangers anywhere?
No, and not in the O'Neill Airport.
Oh yes, welcome to O'Neill, where they finally fixed the runway numbers that I pointed out
Yes.
last time I checked out this mod.
Mhm.
Is
If
there enough seats
everyone
for everybody?
could take a seat.
Careful.
Before doing that,
I see.
Leopards, that was not
Oh, the ramp is still down.
actually. Yes. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
I
Wonderful.
see you guys built a little freight platform for trains here at the airport. Is
Yep.
that true?
Yeah.
This
Oh, yeah.
got me thinking. So a big issue I had with like the base game and the rail system in the base game is, first of all, it's completely unrealistic. Like even a model train layout is more realistic than that. But it's like when you want to transport stuff, it's almost impossible to do that in the base game in a realistic way, because you any of the things you want to transport are either just like completely at a different place than any of like the places you could put them on trains. What's really missing for me is like industrial sidings or places you could actually move stuff onto trains or back off trains that are in a realistic location. And I wanted to ask if you took that into account when designing the rail system for NSO.
Yes. So there's been a lot of things. So of course, my main consideration
Ooh, the
was
wind
to
is a
just
bit-
have have
Could someone
realistic.
turn off the wind, just for the wind in the rain, just for pictures
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
everything?
it's off. It's off.
Thank you.
Well, my main consideration first of all
Runway
was I wanted
numbers.
to get like realistic curve, like geometry, so large radiuses so you can go like reasonable speed. And of course,
Yeah, that's
had
what
some support
the
of like
Stormworks one was more
rails
like a
are-
little rail.
Is the
rails
front
that
brake on?
connect places.
Yeah, you got the brakes on or something?
Now, it's slightly broken because of the physics detail. And the physics detail needs to be medium for some reason for it to
we can
not.
crank it up. We can crank it up again, I think.
Don't do that right now, because that would maybe, launch us upwards. Let's do that when we are in the air before
Yeah,
landing.
okay.
Tristan says
Yes,
a
so-
subway. Fantastic.
So David has a good idea, I think. Well, he was doing it for me, but I think it would work for you guys too. Maybe you guys should do NFTs for different tiles.
I own this tile now!
I bought this with this weird monkey picture. I own this tile now. It only cost me 0.001 Bitcoin.
Let me see. it in a
So
bit more
player-
flaps up,
okay.
SAS up, main on. No, not the smart interfaces. I don't need the smart interfaces. I'm a smart person myself.
I believe it. Alright, we are now on
There we
runway
go.
24. But
Yep.
I'm going to assume the runway markings are accurate.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to
Yeah.
be very disappointed.
I took a geometry triangle and I measured it twice.
And positive rate, gears coming up. Or we're just going to crash
Yep.
into the forest.
No, there we go. Alright, so this is the last leg of the journey. We're just going to quickly go through the entire all parts that we changed. While we continue asking questions.
Bird's eye view.
Right?
So I'm
So you
immediately
can
noticing that bridge over there looks completely disconnected.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a vanilla bridge basically. Like the island ahead of us is not part of NSO, so it's still vanilla. And that bridge is basically the boundary where I stopped, like
Yes.
editing stuff. So might be better.
The railways do connect up to Donk and to Industrial and to Arctic now. So
Really?
you can actually use NSO railways to go to Arctic and to Industrial.
The
could
new
fly
railway
along the
models
railway
are
from-
funny because I think Deltar said on Thursday's Q&A that he didn't want to make the railways more detailed because of lag. And yet here you are making the railways more detailed.
A lot more detailed.
Yeah, so like a modern day GPU, well I say modern day, a GPU from 2008 could handle like 5 times the amount of vertices technically that Stormworks has. The issue is when you throw on shaders, when you throw on textures, when it needs to do a lot of extra calculations just to make it look even more realistic. And Stormworks is, believe it or not, it's actually really efficient in terms of rendering. The rendering has never really been a big part of any lag, unless you're running on a
Yeah.
computer that is before 2007.
Yeah, or if you have several complicated vehicles on the world.
I've
Yeah,
tried to run
exactly.
Stormworks on a 2008 MacBook Pro. That did not go
I mean,
well.
but at that point, it's mostly doing the calculations for the physics and for the I need to be here, I need to be here.
This is starting to look
because-
like my City
yeah.
Skylines version of Stormworks.
Yes. Right now we have the lakes, which we have a railroad going through, but up north you might see some islands that weren't quite there before. Those are new. When the industrial DLC came out, we also were working on some industrial parts, which we can now see in front of us and to the left of us. These are more rural parts of industry, where it's not like mining necessarily, but forestry, fishing, and also in the distance you can see a oil collection plant, which for some reason there is quite a lot of oil collection plants in Scotland's rural areas on the coast. There you go. To the right of us, you can
Looks
see
like
an
an
old airbase.
Abandoned airbase, yeah.
Exactly.
So, Zoe.
Yeah.
Your only focus right now is Sawyer, right? You're not going to expand it farther south or north?
No. We don't have any plans for NSO to go beyond the Saywer Islands, which is, the Green Islands. Arctic and Industrial are off the plate, just to keep our definition of done clear as well. That we don't, increase the goalpost and tire us out, because the goalpost never is getting closer to us.
Are the models for rails replaced on the rest of the islands? Yes, I think.
Well, we can
Zoe
explore
just
that
said
in a bit. We can explore that as well. We
Yeah,
can
but
just have a look at that.
if you mean like on stuff like
Donk,
Donk Island, no, that all stays like as part of this mod package will stay normal. I personally might work on stuff like that in the very far future when I'm done with NSO. I have tried mapping that stuff. That's why I got into NSO in the first place. I tried making Donk Island look a little nicer, but that is very, very far in the future. And for now, everything except Saywer, at least when you're downloading this very mod package, will stay vanilla.
Some floating trees over to our right.
Yeah, so we purposely tried to put them there actually, because we could have removed them, but then we were like, yeah, but it's going to change anyway. And the entire north part here is broken. We could have just said it's going to be vanilla again, but that's also going to get confusing. It's all kind of included in the alpha label, right? Like at this point, we're purposely going like, yeah, no, these things will be broken until the next version, because that way we know that if people don't complain about them, we don't really have to work on them. But if people start complaining a lot about them, yeah, we could have like what we thought about it already. We can actually work on that properly.
I mean, broken in the sense of if you look down, you
Yeah.
see this like dark gray stripe out here, which looks really wonky. That was like a vanilla road before, and then I kind of edited.
No,
it
not the vanilla
with the
roads. That was the NSO.
Oh
old
yeah, the
NSO
old
road.
NSO roads actually.
Yes.
Yeah. So it wasn't some kind of road, and I edited the terrain. So and now it looks really wonky, and especially if you compare it to stuff like Hoy and Fishing Village, that's like those towns have been the focus, and you might notice that this stuff over here just like doesn't have that attention to detail. I mean, there's nothing except wonky looking terrain. The
Yeah.
train tracks work everywhere, I made sure of that. But yeah, right now I'm trying more to focus on specific areas and to really make those detailed instead of having some kind of load level detail everywhere.
We're not quite there yet, as this exemplifies. Like, of course, we would wish that this all was already like we had planned and had hoped, but at that point we're somewhere 2026, especially if we don't actually communicate outwards like, hey, this is going to happen, and get all the feedback, get all of the motivation, get all of the bug reports in. If we only release NSO in 2026 or even later, it's going to be terrible. I don't know how much of you play Skyrim or that kind of stuff. There is mods coming out that were started in 2015 already, and just now they're starting to release more things already. Like, oh, it's getting near to be completion. Large modding projects like these just kind of have.
Oh man, this floating railway is crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, below us, this is also CSO, that's the Central Saywer Island, and that is also like my own personal project cooking stuff. Again, I made sure that the railroads work everywhere. There is junction vehicles for them as well. I think ships with NSO objects, so railway lines will work everywhere on the entirety of Saywer. It's just that the terrain over here will like not be done at all until NSO is done first, and within NSO also like the stuff which is so offable is very limited to, again, Fishing Village and Hoy, Castle Town. So
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Tomato
but
soup.
So are you?
Tomato
ahead,
soup
I'm sorry.
asks in chat, what does traffic refer to? Traffic lights, or is there supposed to be a little AI? I'm not sure where
Well,
he's
right-
saying
right-
traffic
right now-
at all, but there are traffic
Um,
lights in this mod.
Yeah, there are traffic lights, so there is like road infrastructure, stuff like for traffic. I was thinking to maybe in the future also look into maybe getting some very dumb traffic AI, just have like some cars drive in a circle around, because, you know, there is roads, but roads are only half of making something look lively. You also need
Yeah, and also
Oh,
part of a gameplay with vehicles is that you have other vehicles to interact with. That's the entire point of air traffic control, actual traffic, railway traffic.
Yeah,
NSO traffic spawn command, what does that do?
that's a traffic light.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
for the traffic
That-
light
that-
vehicles,
yeah.
yeah.
Right, yes,
That's,
yes, yes.
that's
So
only
that is
for
like-
managing the traffic lights. Yeah.
You'll spawn the traffic lights, got it.
So you can see down left, you can see Harrison Air Base, which tells me not to land whatsoever, because both of the runways have a little cross. So we're not going to land there. They don't want us to land there. We're going to go back to O'Neill Airport, and we'll end our journey there.
Yeah. As you can
so-
see, there's also state vanilla here.
You
So
can land
Tony,
Yes.
since the devs reached out to you guys, where was the conversation left? Are you going to be talking to them more about what you're doing or
Oh,
what
no,
they're
the
doing? or-
devs did not interact with us.
Oh, they did.
No, they did not. I think that might have been a miscommunication. They did not. I reached out to them, and then we never got an actual response.
Oh, I thought you said you got a
think
nice
you're
email from
referring
them.
to what was said during the devs Q&A live stream.
Yes, no, I did not get an email from them. I sent an email to them. and then
Oh, so
Yeah.
they didn't. Okay, I thought they
yeah,
reached
and then
out and said
this
something.
was all the way before before NSO even started. I reached out to them because I wanted to.
Okay, so you were just
support
talking
the
about
team.
when they said that they were really impressed by what was going on. That was what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
I was talking about last
Oh,
Q&A session.
okay,
Exactly.
okay, gotcha.
Is
All right,
NSO
so maybe you should try
compatible with
reaching out to
fishing?
them again, and so you could like what would be really cool is for you to be prepared for whatever they're going to do. You know?
It would only be good
yeah.
on the devs to reach
mean,
out to huge mod
yeah.
bases.
I would recommend. Well, I would prefer if they reach out to me. I've only gotten busier since the start of before starting NSO, and I have my own like vehicle editing project on like in the workshop already. Well, in my workshop already, not on the Steam workshop because that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I have it like I have my own vehicle building standalone game. Working, and it would be really cool to talk to the devs, but I want them to reach out to me just so that we can actually, that I don't put the energy in that in the end I could have put into actually working on the things that give me a lot of other motivation. All right.
Okay.
Right, let's see. I think this is the right approach.
We need the people who make the add-ons for like, airport navigation. We need them to update for NSO.
Yeah, probably.
Auto landing at O'Neill.
I think I started off a bit too early, but we'll manage.
Oh, this is gonna be a short final.
Yeah, exactly.
So, player, another question for you regarding the train platforms. So I've noticed by testing out with my trains that they're kind of designed for trains that are built with a width of 10 blocks. And from what I know, like apart from you, player, everybody builds with 11 wide trains.
Oh, the
boy.
lag,
When
the
you want
lag.
to-
Oh,
Bit early.
we are short of
When
the
you
Yeah,
want
I got
numbers.
I got
When
a
you want to
lag
open
spike
the
just
doors-
just
Yeah.
before.
You should not be
Yeah,
pilot.
like, it does not properly work with
I should
the
be, no.
current platforms if you have 11 wide trains. Is there going to be a way to change like the distance from the platforms to the track?
Yeah.
or
I
the
also
platform
noticed
height?
that. Like, I tried to make them compatible with like 15 wide trains that they can just barely fit without like colliding. But something apparently went wrong along the way because even some of my trains, which are very narrow compared to being standard,
Oh, I said
don't
11.
really fit that
I said
well.
11. I meant 13. Yeah.
Yeah, not really.
And that would be
I need to
15
look
with
at
the
it.
doors open.
There might just be a little mesh error why I miscalculated something. They should be a little.
And is there a way to negotiate platform height a bit?
There's already two
Or-
different heights. What do you mean?
Yes, one is too low, one is too high.
Oh,
The-
that's.
I know you used or were inspired by the German platform heights, which I despise. I like the unified Swiss ones more.
Well, my thought process behind it was actually, well, of course,
Uh-oh.
I mean, the German standard.
Someone decided to
Oh,
flashbang the entire.
Oh, I got out just in time.
Jesus. I was of course inspired by the German stuff, but also my consideration was that just the building limitation in the Stormworks game, because the wheel assemblies are so large, it kind of really doesn't make sense, at least in my opinion, to have even lower trains than IRL exists. Sort of,
I
right?
like how Leopard is
The
chasing
lower,
you open
the
there.
lower platform height, that one seems to roughly align with mine, but I feel like the higher platform height is like one too high.
Yeah, the higher platform is like the lower platform height is more for something like European standard, like where I chose 750 because again, that is like 3 blocks above the ground, which is already very low if you consider how large train wheel assemblies are. And the larger platform height is 1.25, which is more like I think an Asian standard, or also for just
Yeah, I
like,
thought my trains suddenly looked a bit Japanese when it was at this
Is that what
stage.
they-
yeah.
tear
Yeah,
under
so-
the
yeah.
ground?
Why are you
What?
in
They
the
have
ground?
the one.
Oh, he is in the ground, right?
Yeah, no, I see him in
But
the
player,
ground.
one thing I have to say,
Sh-
the freight platforms, they are perfect because they're like exactly
Now where'd he go? Oh,
the
now
height
he's a.
that
Now you're floating,
if I
Tear.
have my modular base cars and I put something on it that is a floor and open the door, it's the perfect height.
Yeah,
So I'm
okay,
thankful for that. They
oh,
are
I
like
love Stormworks multiplayer.
I have to say though, they are like less than half a block off, like a bit taller, and that causes some doors to get stuck.
Okay.
I do have to say
So-
that.
not right. That was something that like needs some more testing, some
Mhm.
feedback, of course, and stuff. So, yeah.
So Zoe,
I'll
where
definitely
at?
give you some feedback
Yeah.
on that more precisely and
please.
tested it.
Yeah, what's the question?
So Zoe, you want to wrap up by telling people again, just if they came late, what you're doing, what this is, where to get it,
Yeah.
how to
That
donate,
sounds like a great
all that
idea.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So NSO, the thing that we've just been exploring for the last, I believe it's 2 hours, exactly 2 hours at this point.
Mhm.
So NSO is basically a overhaul on the entire mainland. The editor of Stormworks is amazing, and the overworld can do with a lot of extra features and a lot of extra, requests have been made in the last year that we are trying to fulfill with NSO as a mod. Now, development is done by me, Player, and Leopard. And if you want to donate for us to get like a cup of coffee or to have a pizza so that we can work late nights, you can do so via Ko-fi, which is on the download page or the release page. I hope that all of the creators can link that.
I'll try to link. I'll link it. Yeah.
Otherwise, go to Stormworks Modding Forum or find my channel on Tonu, where you could also see a lot more updates, tutorials about Stormworks Modding Forum, and you'll stay tuned to more updates about Project Shanto, which is my standalone vehicle game.
Okay, and so will you be? I know you said you're going to be collecting data for the first release, but are you having a plan to update? Or are you just doing bug fixes? What will you be doing?
Well, that's a plan for later. Of course, this is a development team that is doing this in their free time, and our first task right now was just to get something out so that people knew that we weren't an abandoned project, and that they could see and try out our things. Within the next weeks, as the academic year and the work year also starts drawing to a close, we'll get a lot more data. We get a lot more feature requests. And then with the team, we're actually going to see what we're going to do in the next iteration.
Now that
And
you
hopefully-
guys have got all your tooling ready, should we expect less time between major releases?
Maybe. That's always such a a dangerous question to
Oh
answer
yes,
as
yes it is.
the lead of a development team. Yeah, maybe. It's looking really, really positive having those toolings. Especially since now we can get the quality that you've seen in the showcase, the first showcase part, really, really quickly. And now the question is just how do we get to the content, the availability of content, and all of the quality that we have in that content at that pace. And yeah, with the extra things that are going on, like the day jobs, the academics, and the other studying, we're hoping that we can do it sooner, but I cannot really promise anything. Of course, being able to, if you donate, we have a bit more money to buy a pizza, and instead of cooking for 2 or 3 hours, cleaning up as well, we can just order a pizza and work from there. So if you really want to support us and show us exactly what you want us to work on, supporting via Ko-fi is nice. It's one time. It's not monthly, and it's
Open a Patreon.
Pay what you want. Well, I had a Patreon, and we had some people paying, but more people were interested in actually sending us a one-time donation, which is completely fair, right? I'm expecting a wide range of people playing Stormworks. Not all of them have the financial stability to surrender to €5 a month. And I don't want to force anyone to play or to pay for it, so I wanted to keep it a free project. But it's also really nice to have donations next to it so that we can actually keep working and keep up the good work without necessarily having to work another day job next to it. Well,
Okay,
more
cool.
hours on the day job.
All right, so we also had a couple content creators today. We got rawr-saur right here in front of me. Say hi,
That's
Tara.
me. That's me.
You can go watch his videos on his channel. Just look up his channel. I'll put it in the description, but you'll want to go check out his channel. Does a lot of great career mode stuff. And then we
Love
have
watching
Sentry, or Senti, not
Senti.
Sentry. I keep saying Sentry. I'm sorry.
Everyone does.
Senti. Maybe you should rename yourself. Okay, and we have Senti here, and I'll put his link to his channel. What do you do again, Senti? You do more than just
Sentry.
Stormworks, right?
Yeah, I play a wide variety of games from Roblox to Phasmophobia, Lethal Company, Stormworks.
And we have Serpentine or Serpentine, but he says he doesn't do any videos. I don't know.
I do, but that's trailers for the builds I do. You might
Oh, okay, he
know
does.
me-
He does. Okay, all right.
Check
then I'll
out-
You
put a
might
link-
know me
check out
from
SRC.
ASTR. And SRC, that's the Stormworks Rail Committee. We're working on all sorts of standards for trains, including communication systems for like multiple
You mean
unit
it's Aster.
operations and stuff.
It's called Aster.
ASTR, not Aster.
They're Asters.
It's also
ASTR
NSO.
and SRC is what I work on.
Okay, and we'll link to him as well in the description. But if you want to go search for him, you can go search for him, and then I'll link after this video. I can't get in the truck.
And of course, we've had Endo Skull as well.
Yeah, a big applause for Ender School.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Clap.
And of course,
So I think that's it, guys.
and a final big shout out to the developers of NSO, all the people who've made today possible.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, wait. We don't want to do what Deltars did to me. Let's be nice to Deltars. We want to thank Deltars as well for making
For
this game.
making
Yeah.
this game. And we're leaving.
Yes, we
we're
want to-
leaving Tony behind.
Zoe, yes.
Yeah, we have
Totally
to
sorry.
thank
No, we
Deltars
changed
for
your name in the game, man. You're messing up people's brains.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really change that anymore, right? It's a
And
pretty
how
good
do you
name.
spell Zoe? Is it Z-O-A-E or Z-O-E-Y?
Yeah, it's the American version of writing it. It's like that.
Okay, Z-O-E-Y.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
My
I'm in
bad.
the ambulance.
This is not
All
an
right,
ambulance.
so I think that's it for my channel, guys. I'm gonna stop the stream here, but if you want to go rush over there, maybe they're gonna keep live streaming. I don't know. Are you guys gonna keep going?
We'll see.
I'm gonna slowly get ready for rest because I've had a very busy last 2 weeks.
No, and my
Yeah,
day
I should
just got
maybe
started.
also.
Yeah.
I should maybe also get some rest. I'm running on 4
Yes.
hours of sleep because
I'll-
just like the past few days, releasing something like that. Like, remember when we told you guys that like, oh, we just today found out how like we can get stuff to not break with like the LOD stuff? Yeah, that like there's just so much stuff which has happened in the past few days concerning NSO. It's insane.
Quite the roller coaster it has been.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this, and thanks for inviting me.
Yes, yes.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
no
it.
worries.
Hope you enjoyed
Hope
the show.
it was an enjoyable 2 hours. I hope that it brought some good content as well.
I look
Yeah.
forward to
Again, and
exploring more
remember-
NSO.
Download link is in the description. Make sure you back up your Stormworks directory, and these guys will be doing a tutorial, I guess, how to install it. But it's basically
Yeah.
back up your directory, unzip into your ROM directory, and you're good to go.
Now with uninstaller too.
And an installer too. Soon coming. Coming soon, I guess.
Uninstaller.
Uninstaller.
Yes. Just to make sure that all the trees get pushed back into place.
Okay, I just backed up the whole directory. Make it
No
easy.
worries. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for the chat for joining me and asking questions. And I'll see you next time. Here's my end screen.
All right. Wonderful.
That's all for
Nice to
Endo.
have you guys.
That's all for Endo.
Yeah.
That's
And
all for
already
me.
left us. Oh, okay.
I left. I'm gone.
Oh man. Oh well. I hope
Yeah.
you had a great time. I hope that you can get some rest back because you said that you had a rough sleep again.
Ah, poor Tur. Woke up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
No, I'm really happy that you could make it.
Yeah.
By the way, when I ended that, it hit like a music beat on whatever song was playing in the, like the random song generator player. It like hit this big boom, like boom. I was like, wow, that's nice.
Oh wow.
Nice. I want to watch it back now.
Time to go watch the stream and hear how awful my voice sounds in the recording.
Oh no, same.
Last time I did a stream, I was with Toastery, and Windows set his microphone to tape recorder quality.
I think the
the
last
radio
stream I
didn't
did
comment
was
hard
with
enough.
Endo too, and my voice did sound horrible.
But we're going on the stairs. I gotta
let's
see
actually
this.
check
To
out
be
the
honest,
stairs.
I think we would make an excellent barbershop septay.
Oh, no,
I don't think it's
not
making
better.
it. Maybe if we
No.
reverse into it.
No, it has
Yo,
even
player,
less
what's
clearance in rear.
the like the little logo at the side of that looks like 5U or something that keeps
let
appearing
me-
also on NSO stuff? Is that your company or?
Let me add your
Yeah,
YouTube
that's
channel.
that's my
While
my
I'm
sort of company
thinking about
Stormworks.
it.
And what's it supposed to say?
Sente. Sente.
What does it stand for?
Stormworks.
Ow!
Oh my god. Stomach's
Aha, oh,
growling.
it's true. Yeah.
Another bomb.
Wait, is your
Oh,
name longer than Sente?
I
Is
get
it
the
the whole
logo
thing?
now.
Say again, Endo, sorry.
Sente. What's your full name? Sente what?
Senti Funball. Same as Discord.
Oh, okay. But that's your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No,
subscribed
it's his
to it. I don't know
actual
why I
name.
can't find it, but I couldn't find it. Okay. Got it.
That's gonna be all for me.
Funny.
Thanks to everyone for tuning in. I'll be
Wait,
making.
you're stopping?
I'm
Wait,
stopping
no!
the stream
No!
here in a minute.
Oh no!
I'm gonna be making. I will be making a compilation of all the questions that have been answered. Putting
Oh,
them
good luck
into a
with that. That's so
video.
much work, man. That's
Yeah.
so much work.
We've been streaming for over 2 hours, so I'm just gonna have to condense that
Yeah.
all into, a 15-20 minute video.
I mean, you don't have to. Keep it long form.
Keep it long form. The 1 hour video.
Exactly.
Just do the last part where he explained that they're not going to update it again for like
Yeah,
another.
yeah.
Yeah, just get all
Yeah.
the negative questions in, all the negative questions. Where
Yeah,
you
I
ask
thought it was
like, will this be able? No, absolutely not.
and the Div did not reach out to me. I'll put that one in there too.
Exactly.
I'll dub
yeah.
over Deltars's voice.
The moment where I dox myself lightly. I mean, I'm fine with people knowing where I work. It's an entire campus in the Netherlands. I couldn't be safer, but
You work at a campus?
I work at a campus. I am part of faculty.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Which campus and what's your full name and address?
Again.
My 4-letter code at campus is HOTS. It's HOTS.
That's hot.
Yeah,
That's hot.
exactly.
That's
That's the
hot.
joke. That's the joke with everyone that I'm helping there.
hot.
I'm student support and teacher assistant, which means that people that they come across, then it's like, oh, you're hot, and I'm like, thank you.
Hey, are you still here?
What?
What?
Pterosaur is still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Why are you so quiet, man? You talk so well on your videos, and you've been quiet the whole time.
It's early, and I don't like talking that much. It's just
okay.
a bad combination of things. But in my videos, I cut them specifically around when I'm talking. So
Campus hottie is a job.
I imagine your recordings being like 4 hours. 3
they're
hours
like
of them are
an hour and a half.
silence.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
we have a very first supporter on Ko-fi. I just got a notification on that.
Oh, sweet.
Yo, that's
I didn't
amazing.
say it was me. It
Congrats.
was me. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I believe it.
I'd love to
Serpentine?
support you too, but I'm broke.
Do we have a web channel for you?
The YouTube?
Find easily? What do I look up?
Wait,
For me or for Senti?
should I send you?
For Serpentine.
Right. Yes.
I'll send you if I. Where do I get there?
Can't find it.
Download
You
NSO
can
in the
just
description.
Google my name, but I'll DM it to you. Not Google.
Is
There you go.
Yeah, I can't. There
Yes,
we go.